I think the main reason why a lot of people fail is because you're not honest with yourself.
Also, people need other people to run a business. Yeah.
Everyone thinks that they can be an entrepreneur. You know, one of the most regrettable hookups I ever had. I hope she never sees this.
How is everybody mentally? How's everybody doing?
How's everybody doing mentally? What a question. I hate that question so much. I'm actually doing pretty good. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm working a lot, but I'm getting a lot done and I'm making a lot of progress.
That's good.
So I'm cool. I'm super cool at this stage.
I'm over here teasing. Like, look at you. You made it. Period.
Maya is also my sister. Let's just get this out the way. Let's get it out of the way.
If you can't see that, we don't look alike.
Let's
but
get it
all
out
light
the way.
skins look alike, though. But
Please,
it's okay.
Let's get it out the way. Don't look at our mother. That's where we look just like our mother.
Your mom?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Spitting
That's
image.
triplets right there.
Yeah,
No,
facts.
on God. How are you,
OD.
Victoria?
I'm pretty good. I would say the same as Devon, like just working and getting stuff done.
Yeah, I am. I'm doing really good, actually. Even though it's raining, I'm in a good mood.
It's been shit all weekend.
Yeah, it's been like really rainy, but I mean, Mother Nature doesn't really care for us.
Shout out to anybody listening in Ibiza. You ain't got to deal with that.
Really?
Yeah, because it's not raining. It's only New York. You ever say New York shit? It's like, that's a New York thing. Like right now, we talking about something that's like only for us. Like everybody else is fine.
Yeah,
Like,
because it's like 70 degrees in North Carolina right now.
exactly. Trust me, sometimes
Okay.
you ever be so depressed, you just look at the weather app and like, where's better?
Oh, for real, for real.
Where can I go? Miami.
Miami always
Florida.
hitting.
What's the weather like over
Oh
there?
my gosh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what is going on, you guys? Welcome to Dorm Room 101 podcast. I am your girl, Maya Gittens. And over here, I have my roomie today, Victoria. And we have a special guest with us today. His name is Devon Terrell. Welcome. Ew. Why
What's
are you
good?
so... Bro, if I say weird, this nigga is weird.
This is how it's going to be the whole podcast. You guys
Facts.
are just going to cut each other's asses.
Facts.
Them red ass glasses. Nah, them red ass
Give a fuck.
glasses.
Nigga, this me.
Who told you to get them glasses?
All right. See, and that's what I talk about. You ever have a friend, you be like, you ask them a question, they put you onto something, then it's like, yo, everywhere you go, yo, that's me.
That's me.
I did that. All right.
It's okay.
You showed me, and I was like, I've been looking for some like red.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted red.
And
Just for a
they
reason.
look very good, Deb.
Appreciate you. I
They
gotta
look
get the
really good.
prescription put in them.
Okay, I don't know about that, but it looks good.
You know the vibe.
But
if you old, you know.
yeah, you're blind. It's okay.
Yeah.
I can't talk shit. I have bad eyesight.
Me too.
I got my contacts in, so I'm just kind
We
of.
come from a
Yeah, I
family
need
of.
to invest in those.
Yeah, glasses, bro.
I can't
we
do
need
contacts.
them.
I'm scared of contacts
Why?
because I'm scared of the. It's one.
They
of
do
blinking.
roll.
Yeah.
When people be like, "Yo, my shit rolling," I be like, "That's a lot." I be like, "Yo, I'd rather just take my fucking glasses off, bro. I think I'll just do better."
Really?
Yeah, I used to have contacts. Back in the day when contacts, like wearing color contacts,
Yeah, you did say that.
I was one of those boys. I had a lot of all them girls. I had a lot of all of
You
them.
went through that phase.
I did. I had that phase. I was
Oh my
whack.
gosh.
I was
All
whack
right,
as hell.
so today we
okay.
have our spicy question for you.
Okay, what's the spicy question?
The spicy question is
From my sister. Let's give him context.
Yeah, we really sat down and looked through and was like, what's not going to be as awkward? Because there's some crazy questions. So this question is, tell us about your most regrettable hookup.
Oh my God! Shout out to my wife in the room right now.
She's like listening, like, yeah.
Oh
I
my
wanna know.
God! You know, one of the most regrettable hookups I ever had. I hope she never sees this. I remember one time. It was like the loneliest time in my life. Right? Oh my God! It was like the loneliest time in my life. She was like, at this point, she was like the only girl at that time that was giving me like real attention.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And I was down bad. I was broke. I was so down bad. I was post college. I was down bad. And I remember it was like my birthday. I don't really celebrate my birthday like that.
Yeah, you don't.
And she hit me, remember, right? Oh my gosh, your birthday. I was like, yeah. She was like, yo, come by. I just got mad stuff like that for
Yeah.
you. I was like, yo, fuck it, I'm gonna go. So in the GPS, she live in the Bronx. If you know, you know. Already down bad. I'm like, yo, fuck it, I'm out. I go over there. I forget that she has a kid. So I walk in and it's her kid
PTSD.
and her mom.
Oh.
And I'm like, hey y'all. And she was like, get back in the room. And I was like, yo. So she made them go in the room. And then we were sitting in the living room. And I was like, yo, you could tell like this is she was a single mom. And she was like, I got someone coming over. We're going to figure this out. Mom came, watched the kid, put her in the room. And it's a different kind of pressure as a guy. Cause it's like, oh, we got to do something. Cause like you planned this.
Yeah.
So I never forget. And we got so wasted. We were playing tic-tac-toe shots. She had it all figured out.
Oh, she planned it.
She planned that from top to bottom. Before she texted you, she knew exactly
What the
what she
vibe
was
was.
gonna do.
It was tic-tac-toe shots, and I remember just chilling, and I remember just waking up and like, oh, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna go. She's like, okay. I was like, all right, and I was like, oh my God, and I remember just driving home like in that situation, I was like, yo, that was fucking weird. Like that was fucking weird. That was like the worst one. I was like,
with her son in the room.
yeah, right.
He's
I
in
was
the
just
other room.
he's in the other room, and I was just like, that was the weirdest. That was the weirdest.
That was like that.
Get your way.
Regrettable.
your
Regrettable.
way.
Not the weirdest one, but definitely the most regrettable. Like that, I was like, damn. Like I wish that was whack.
You walk out and it's like the walk of shame. Like
I was down bad. I was emotionally down bad.
not physically, emotionally down bad.
and got caught up.
Damn.
Shout out to her.
That's not.
Did you take the train home?
No, I drove like a motherfucker. It's the Bronx. Are you crazy?
That's what I'm saying. Like, when you hook up with somebody and then you sit on the train like,
That's ass. I ain't gonna lie.
And you don't gotta ride. You just like
Sitting on the train,
just
you
think
on,
about life.
smelling like latex.
ew. That is so disgusting.
Use condoms, y'all.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Ugh.
Ain't got no kids. Still.
All right. But anyways.
Yeah. Don't worry, we shooting soon, right?
Oh my God.
Know what I'm saying?
My God. Jesus Christ.
Shoot the club up.
Oh
Shoot the club
no.
up.
Ew.
It was the.
I'm married. Get married, y'all. Shit is way
Oh
lit.
my
Way
gosh.
more lit, fam.
Anyways.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But tell me about your college experience. I know you had a pretty lengthy one. So what was that like?
A lot of school. So long story short, where do I fucking begin, bro?
This man lengthy.
So what I'll say is after high school or kind of like senior year of high school, for some reason, I got really serious about life, right?
Okay.
And where I stood in it. For instance, I think the moment that made it click to me, like, holy shit, I need to do something or figure something out was, I remember talking to my guidance counselor and I remember seeing another kid's transcript. And this kid, I looked at him as, he ain't never gonna be nobody, like he sucks. But I looked at our transcripts and we were the same person on paper.
Oh, wow.
So it made me realize like, oh my God, most of the time in this world, when you walk into a room, it's about what you present, what's on that fucking paper. So that's when it hit me and made me go, oh, I need to separate myself from this dude because I'm the same. I'm like him. So that's when the whole thing, my whole life changed as far as just seeing that and realizing like, yo, bro, like in the world today, like him and I are the same. So couldn't get into I didn't get into like grade school. I didn't have the best grades in high school. I'll be honest with you. I was president of my school though, by the way. That's weird. But I didn't have the best grades in the world because I took school serious, but I didn't give a fuck, I guess you could say. Like high school. It was just like I didn't understand the concept of, and this might seem weird to people, of get high grades, you get into better schools. You need to get into a better college in order to have better connections. I didn't understand. I understand I'm a kid from the nobody. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't understand. I just thought like you just go to college. Any college would suffice. I didn't understand. Went to college, went to a school called SUNY Delhi. Shout out SUNY Delhi. I had the most fun in my life ever at that school. And I remember, long story short, I was there for network engineering. And I was doing music. I was the campus DJ. I was real loopy. Like I was one of the dudes on the campus and stuff like that. Everybody know I sang. Like I perform on stage. Like I was really just in the entertainment side of the whole college. I wound up getting really cool with the student activities director and stuff like that. And I was DJing all the events, like everything, proms for the high school.
You were known.
Yeah, I was popular on my campus for sure. And long story short, I remember a kid. His name was Tyshawn. A kid got killed at my school. He was murdered at my school. He was stabbed during like a event, like some event that came up.
Wow.
And
wait, at the college?
At the college. Yeah, he passed. He was murdered at the college. And it was, of course, you can imagine the energy on the campus and stuff. So the choir of the school came to me and was like, yo, they know I do music. And I had a studio off campus, by the way, too. I got fired from my RA job. We can talk about that later. And they came to me and said, yo, we want to do a song for Tyshawn. And I was like, bet. I had the studio off campus. So they came, we all wrote the song. I sat and wrote. And I never forget, it makes me so emotional. I remember it was the day of the concert or whatever. And I remember just looking at the choir sing the song. And I said, and I was like, that's my song. And I remember saying, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Wow.
And I left and found an audio school, and that's when I went to Florida and went to Full Sail. So I quit the network engineering. I was like, I just want to do music. Fuck this. I was like, this is it.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So then that's when I went to Full Sail. Obviously got my degree in audio engineering, and that was my that's kind of like my college journey for the most
Yeah.
part. There's a lot of shit in between, but for the
So
most part, that
you
was it.
did go to when you went to Sony. Was there anything?
SUNY? Delhi?
SUNY?
SUNY.
SUNY.
Damn,
I
you're
was
not
like,
from New York?
Sony, I'm
Sony,
like-
sorry, SUNY.
Sony Delhi.
SUNY Delhi.
Yeah.
With that experience, like obviously you're saying, you know, being with the choir and how that kind of came about.
Yeah.
Like, was there anything else that you even thought in the back of your mind that you could have done, like when you went to college, or like when you were at SUNY?
SUNY
Sorry,
Delhi. Say
SUNY?
Delhi. Just say Delhi. I don't always say
okay.
SUNY Delhi.
When you were at Delhi?
Musically,
Yeah.
to be honest, it was just in the back of my mind. Like, oh, I was always see like this. Junior high school, elementary school, I was always a kid that could sing, right? Always was the music kid, right?
Yeah.
I was in groups, talent shows.
Yeah.
That was my steez. Like, that was my thing. I was the kid in the hood that sang and blah, blah, and did music. So it was always there.
Yeah.
I took it serious, but once I got to college, I didn't take it as serious, and it just became like oh yeah, that's something I do. You know what I mean?
like a hobby.
Yeah, but after just doing DJing and all the other stuff, and I just kept like liking the vibe of just being in the circle of music.
Yeah.
That's when everything kind of just like, why am I going to school for fucking computers? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
loved it. I loved network engineering. I used to build computers for myself and stuff, but I was just like, I don't really like. I can't see myself sitting behind a computer every
Every
day for the
day.
rest of my life. And I was like, yo, let me just try to invest in this. And I loved engineering, which was computer heavy. You had to be techie. So it
yeah.
kind of was like, oh no, I'd rather do this. And that's when I just like jumped ship and was like, I'm calling it a day.
Damn.
Yeah.
How come you chose like a school all the way in Florida?
At the time, they were the most prestigious university for audio.
Okay.
There was other schools, but people didn't take them as, not saying people didn't take them as serious, but this school was known as the Harvard of audio.
Oh, wow.
So when I seen it, ironically, when I was uploading the video, a music video for that I did on the campus,
Yeah.
that was a YouTube ad, was Full Sail. Oh. And this is early YouTube. This is 2000. I graduated, just for context, I graduated,
Showing his age.
this is 2008. This is 2008.
Oh, 2008
Yo, no, she's-
YouTube. Wait.
I think the first viral video on YouTube was like 07, by the way. So 2008, when ads first started coming up on YouTube, and I saw an ad for Full Sail.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, oh, bet. I was like, oh, there's a school for, I didn't even know it existed. I said, there's a
Yeah.
school just for audio? I was like, I'm out of here. Fuck this. Like, I was out. So that's when I left and just went over there.
And how was that feeling of like being all the way from New York?
Right.
And now you're in a whole nother state.
Right.
How did you like that? I feel like you liked it.
I am a loner. I
Yeah.
like being alone. I like traveling alone. I like going to new places and not knowing a soul. And I am that kind of person. So it never bothered me. I rarely get homesick, you know?
Yeah.
Like very rarely. I say being in a relationship though and being married now, that's the only thing that kind of keeps me here.
Okay.
Because I like my how do you say? It's like my rock, right? Like my wife's
Yeah.
like my rock. So for me, it's just like I like that comfort of being able to order DoorDash and bullshit. Like I like that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But before, and still, it's still a part of me where I like to travel,
yeah.
to the unknown. I like to meet people. I like to just bullshit. I like to go to random places and just, you know, and just build. So for me, going to Florida, it was nothing. I was like, I know no one here.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's
But
get it.
sometimes that's good too because then you're mainly focused on what you
What-
want to do.
yeah.
That's
like
it.
when no one's around you, you're just focused on yourself.
That's it, yeah. And it worked out really well. I wound up meeting a guy. His dad was like one of the 50th richest men in Japan. He heard I sang on the campus because a lot of rich kids went to the school. It was very expensive. And he was like, "Yo, I want you to be my artist." I was like, "Bet." He wound up having like a $3 million property.
Wow.
In Gotha, Florida. We lived down a block from Tiger Woods, and it was a studio on site. And I just lived with him for like 2-3 years.
Wow.
Wild. But you see how life just takes you,
Yeah.
like, dude, like
Yeah.
it's just like
without like those
I like that.
distractions and like stuff like that. It's like
yeah.
I feel like especially going from obviously New York for me going to North Carolina.
Yeah.
I think that is a big change because not only are you in a new place, you're learning a new environment.
Everything.
And
everything just starts
yeah,
fresh.
everything just
Everything.
is fresh, and you're sitting there, you're like, wow. Like even though I was in North Carolina for a very long time,
Mm-hmm.
from 7th grade, it was like even going to college was like going up in the the boonies.
Yeah.
It's like
different
whoa,
experience.
it's huge. It's a different experience, and I think it's very helpful if you can go away to college. I always tell people like
If you can.
yeah, if you can, definitely try to go
Yeah.
because I think it gives you an opportunity to meet new people, to network, and just like you find a different part of yourself that you just never know.
Never knew. Yeah.
Can like be a part.
People, what I say is in high school, you find out what you like, right?
Yeah.
You find out what you like in high school. But in college, you find out who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like high school, I know what I like. Like I know I like these. You find out what kind of guys you like, girls you like. You find out, you know, what your interests and hobbies are, what kind of friend circles you do fuck with.
Yeah.
But then in college, you really discover, oh, I'm this kind of person.
Yeah.
And this is what I need to do. So I feel like college, for some people, maybe from an educational standpoint, it doesn't take off and you get this crazy job. But the life experience I got from college is fucking insane. Nonetheless, I did get I learned a lot because I went to audio school.
Yeah.
But the life experience is what really, really is what makes it worth everything to me. If you can go, because it's expensive. It's not easy.
College is expensive. Obviously, you talked about the RA thing. I know.
Boy.
That is
Tough day. That was a fucked up day. So I was a freshman RA. You want me to just explain it?
I was going to say, go ahead.
So I wound up becoming an RA my second semester of college. Unheard of, right? But I was getting popular. Like, you know, I was a friendly guy. I loved it. Like I said, out of my element, flourish. Like, so I wanted to become an RA freshman year. And I remember I was the RA on duty, okay? I was the RA on duty at my dorm, So my boy and my homegirls was like, yo, it's birthday. Let's go crazy. I was like, bro, I'm the RA on duty. Fucking go crazy.
Let's do it.
The fuck? I said, guess who the cops are? Me. So he's upstairs, everybody's partying, they going fucking crazy. I know the kids on my dorm was like, yo, this is a fucking, like, the mafia. Like, it's like, what you gonna say? Like, go ahead. So I remember I stopped in, like, and they drinking in the room. You're not supposed to do that. Imagine you're already knocking on the door, and I played around. I was like, what are y'all doing in here? And we was playing it like, all right. So every time I come in, the girl I was dealing with happened to take a picture.
Yeah.
And I never fucking forget this picture. She took a picture of me with a beer like this in the room. And I was like,
God.
I never forget it. Walked away. 2 days later, rumors started to circle around. Yo, there was a picture floating around of an RA in a room drinking. And I was like, no fucking way that's me.
Bro.
And Facebook, this is about to be mad funny, just started. So we didn't understand as people the power of posting a picture and it's cycling. I didn't understand that. So she posted a bunch of pictures very innocently, right? Posted a bunch of pictures of that in the room drinking. What the duh, right? So rumors went around. My boy called me. I never forget. His name was Mo. Shout out Mo. He said, yo, I'm hearing it's you. And I was like, fuck. And I'm like, if you're hearing this me, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
So long story short, my RD called me downstairs and I knew. He was like, hey, is this you? And I never forget. He pulled the picture out and it was me like that. I never forget that.
My God.
And I just started crying. And the reason why I cried, because I was scared because I wasn't sure how my room and board would work. Because you get free room and board as an RA. So I remember that day, I smoked a black and I remember sitting out in the snow. I was smoking a black and I said, and she felt so fucking bad. That I wasn't even mad. I was just like, I was smoking a black. I never forget. I said, I don't know what God has in store for me. Yeah. But boy, it must be big. And you know what? That summer, I wind up saving money. I said, I'm gonna take music serious. I wound up saving money, getting that recording studio, buying a house off campus, and thus everything started. Damn. So if I didn't get fired from that RA job,
who knows what you were?
My life would not be what it is. That song for the
choir.
None of that. I would have never had a studio. I never would have been throwing parties. I never would have started DJ. I would have never did any of that if I didn't get fired for that. So that's why I always say, you know, and I'm a big believer in light at the end of a tunnel or, you know, bad things. Like when something really bad's happening, I'm like, oh, something great is coming. Something crazy is coming. So I always hold on to that when I'm in certain ruts or in certain moments. I'm like, fam, remember when you got fired from the art job? You thought you were going to be kicked out of college. And how you going to pay for this? And you just, bro, stick with it. Just go with it.
Man. You have to look at the light of everything. Like, God just has a plan for everybody.
I'm a half full kind of guy. Like glass. You know how people say, are you a glass half empty or glass half full? I'm definitely a glass half full concept. Okay. Yeah. Like if I show you a half, you know, a glass with half of water, you say, is the glass half empty or is it half full? You know what I mean? It's a different mindset. So I always try to look at things as the glass is half full. You know?
I never thought of that.
Yeah, like it's almost at the top, right? As opposed to saying, damn, it's almost finished. You know? So I try to look at it like that. Like there's you can figure it out. I not figured shit out. I don't know how I've gotten to where I am, but I am a lucky fucking person. Like I am so lucky. Like I know that. So my problems are good problems. Yeah. I always say I have great problems.
I like that. And obviously you talking about kind of your experience, which even like hearing your story, obviously we're brother and sister, but I didn't even know the half of it. And I remember when I was in college, I had asked you to help me with a project. about I think I wanted to start like an entrepreneurship. I had
Oh yeah,
the
I'm very
classes
hard
of-
on you. I'm very hard on you.
Yeah.
I don't fucking baby you. I don't treat her like that.
That's
I'm
my
a
brother
crier.
Yeah?
all the way. Like
good.
I have an older brother and he's
Yeah.
very like
Hard.
yeah, like if I'm fucking up, he's gonna tell me
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
it is. And he doesn't care if I cry,
Nope.
if I'm
Facts.
sad, he's gonna be like, I'm
Yo.
telling you the truth.
Yeah,
Yup.
because nowadays, anytime,
Yup.
like when I was younger, obviously I'm crying, but like even now, I'd be like, all right, like it's one of
Yeah.
those things you
It's
just gotta
fine.
take with a grain of salt because
Yeah.
it's like
It's
you know,
life,
it's
you know?
life, and they mean the best, like they want the best for you,
You know it.
obviously, and
You
I
know
know
it.
that.
You know it.
So obviously, talking about that with the entrepreneurship class that I did take, I think one of the questions that I did ask, which is kind of where I wanted to go, was finding value in kind of like yourself, especially when it comes to you wanting to be a business owner, entrepreneur, or anything like that. Like, how do you find value in yourself, in a passion that you have?
That's tough because we talking about music.
Yeah.
And music right now, just to not to go all deep in, but music right now is in a tough spot for artists in monetizing because streaming. I know you've heard
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Just streaming and stuff like that. So the way I look at it is like this, right? Back in the day, let me give you context. Back in the day in 2015, 2014 to me 2016, that was like the golden era of independent music. Reason why is because we were getting like 3 different checks. We were getting a check from hard physical sales, meaning
Yeah.
someone bought $10 to buy. One person gave me $10 for a CD. Then there was another person that was just like, I'm an iTunes store kind of person.
Yeah.
And they would give me $10 on there. Apple will take 30%. Cool. So I made $7 per CD.
Yeah.
Amazing, right? And then there was this little thing called streaming
Yeah.
that I was getting a check from. Didn't know what the fuck it was, but I was like, whatever. People are streaming it for
Yeah.
a monthly, whatever, great. I was getting a triple check. As time progressed, streaming started to become the front runner. People stopped
Yeah.
buying physicals. Thus, our money started getting diluted. We weren't making as much money as
yeah.
artists anymore. So when I look at myself as a 2023 artist, looking at my value as a musician, I've realized that the only way for me to kind of make that kind of money again
Yeah.
is to bring my fans and hyper focus and focus on just those people. Not worrying about algorithms, not worrying about the reach of things.
Yeah.
Rather, scrape the diehard people and monetize just those people. If you get 10,000 people,
Okay.
right? 10,000 people. I have almost 300,000 followers on Instagram, right? If I can get 10,000 people to give me $10 a month, I can make 100 grand. You understand? So I always preach to people to look at it from, I guess, from a smaller standpoint, as far as being very, very high value people within a
Yeah.
smaller niche. I rather that as opposed to, yeah, but Spotify gives you discovery.
Yeah.
I hear you, but I can't pay my bills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of artists need to stop accepting that as the norm. I was arguing with a kid in a comment the other day, and he was like, "Oh, artists shouldn't worry about getting money from the music.
Yeah.
They should just tour and stuff like everybody else, get the money." I said, what business on earth works that way?
Yeah.
Where I make it a piece of intellectual property, because every song is a piece of intellectual property.
Yeah.
You know how much, we did the math the other day. We were looking at the Drake and Central C freestyle.
Yeah.
So we was laughing about it because Rob asked me, he was like, yo, how much you think this song made? I said, oh, I'll do the math. And I looked on Spotify, looked on
Yeah.
YouTube, I looked at everything. I said it has 40 million streams on Spotify. Plus
40
YouTube,
million?
40 million on Spotify. Plus YouTube views, plus I did all the math.
Yeah.
Apple. You know what number I landed on? And he was like, what the fuck? I said, this song probably generated about $500,000 in revenue. Crazy.
That's insane. Like
Crazy.
I just can't believe that even now in this generation, like people think 1,000. Like I get it because I think $1,000 is a lot.
It is.
But if you look at it from a music standpoint, it's like the amount of money that I could have been making.
Yeah.
In 2010.
Yeah.
2007.
Yeah.
To what I'm making now.
Insane.
I think that's why a lot of artists too, they're just going independent now because
Yeah.
a lot of
gotta
money
pay.
gets taken from
Yeah.
other places
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well. So
But the one thing about a label is, a label's like some people consider them a bank at this point, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, bankroll my career. And to be honest, we don't make our money. A lot of artists don't make their money in the music. They make it in other things, right?
Yeah.
So touring, merchandise, all the other stuff.
yeah.
We have to pull other levers in order to do it. Personally, I've changed my fan base over to subscription based.
Yeah.
Which is so much better. I'm making way more money just changing my fans over to a subscription model where it's
Yeah.
like, hey, if you subscribe to me, you get access to exclusive songs, exclusive everything, discounts on shows. You have to really build a world now. You know, as far as what I'm
Yeah.
concerned. I mean, that's
So
kind of where I go.
how do you look at it from obviously talking about music, but you're also an entrepreneur, obviously.
Yeah, a lot of
From
other shit, right?
Yeah, this man has a little track list, okay? But from a business standpoint, because obviously, you know, I feel like a lot of kids, especially where being in college, a lot of kids want to own something of their own.
Yeah.
I think that is always something that is talked about.
Yeah.
So I guess in a sense of how do we find value in ourselves when it comes to what we want to do or how
To start.
yeah, like how to start. I feel like value is so hard. I feel like finding your value in what you want to do is always hard because it's like, okay, what am I good at?
Yeah.
And I think that's
the first question.
backtracking to like,
Yeah.
you know, you find out in high school what you like, but then in college you find out who you are.
Right.
So like, how do you kind of help people to understand like, hey, this is what you should or shouldn't be doing to kind of find that value in yourself?
I think most people that fail are just because, I think the main reason why a lot of people fail is because you're not honest with yourself. Right? So why I say you're not honest with yourself is because everyone thinks that they can run a business.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks that they can be an entrepreneur. Everyone thinks that they got what it takes.
Yeah.
Some of you are really good at supporting someone. Some of you are really good at being a part of a team, right? Some of you are really good at doing something really well that someone else needs to make it $1 billion company.
Yes.
So what I say is be honest with yourself. Not everyone has to be in charge. Even if you're a CFO, you're not the CEO, but guess how many people work under the CFO?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, hey, there's levels to this shit, and it's okay sometimes not to be the king or the queen, because the king or the queen always gets their head chopped off in the story. Always. So that's what I always tell people.
Damn.
You can be, you can want to be the top dog and
Yeah.
stuff, but let me tell you something. You are the person that is going to take the most risks.
Yeah.
You're going to have the most stress. You're going to have the least amount of time to do anything else in your life. I know people that are COOs or head of marketing, blah, blah, that
Yeah.
are living great lives and they
Yeah.
don't got to worry about ABC. So what I say is, I think when you're looking for value with yourself, is to try to figure out what you're going to do and what my value is. Be honest. Some of
Yeah.
us are not built for being the fucking top dog.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Some people that are not top dogs live awesome lives.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? We forgetting about the people that, like, and everybody has to be, I'm a boss. Yeah, you could be a boss. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, you could be that. But also, you can have a boss too.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And I think that's something even now, obviously, working for the studio and like doing my job, it's like I've learned that I'm okay with not being the boss.
That's right.
Because it's like also people need other people to run a business.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that I didn't really understand until I got in the work field where it's like if you need to hire me to do something, that means not because you can't do it, but you don't have time to do it.
Right.
So if I'm doing the job, it's like, okay, well, I can take something off of your plate. And I feel like people need to understand that. Like, you have value in your job. You just have to figure out, like, if this is something that you want to do.
Right.
Or is it something like, oh, I'm just doing this for money? And I
Right.
think, obviously, money is
I think a lot of
thing.
people have that problem too, where they're
Yeah.
just like, "Oh, this is gonna make me a lot of money, so I want to get into it," but they're terrible at it.
Bro, you're
Terrible.
horrible.
But-
Honesty.
Question, right? So you felt like you found your value, and you're like, "This is what I'm good at," and you're gonna start this for yourself.
Right.
Have you ever had like people doubt you or be like, "Yeah, this is not gonna work for you"?
Oh, for sure. For fucking sure. I had a lady one time, and fuck her. I remember I was at a radio station, and she worked for some show. I don't want to say what TV show,
Yeah.
but she worked for a TV show. I happened to be a guest on this radio station one time, and I was, of course, I'm known as the living weirdo, right?
Yeah.
And I remember being up there, and she said, you know, I'm on the radio and I'm talking to my guy and I'm like, yeah, I'm a living weirdo, yada yada. You know, my whole spiel, yada.
Yeah.
This is my song, blah blah. And I remember getting off the air, and she was the next guest up, and she was like, honestly, between me and you, that living weirdo thing, that's never gonna work. Blah blah blah. She's the head of some fucking marketing, blah blah. That's never gonna work.
Yeah.
And even the guy at Radio has converted his ass in it, just following. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like, I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think people are ever gonna like that. And I was like, no, it's gonna work.
Yeah.
It's gonna work.
Yeah.
And I remember going home with doubt. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
damn, people
Yeah,
don't
like-
like it.
yeah.
2 people didn't like it. You
That's
understand what I'm
it,
saying?
yeah.
For sometimes we look at our comments, right?
Ooh, yeah.
And we think this is the opinions of the world. And we see all good stuff. And then we see that one comment
yeah.
that's bad. And we start thinking, damn, people don't like
it,
this.
yeah.
And that's what we gotta stop fucking doing. And that's
Yeah.
where that question, sits with me the most. Where
Yeah.
don't let one person tear down the entire fucking building, bro.
Yeah.
Just with your confidence. So fuck her.
Look where we at now.
Look where we at now.
Yeah.
That worked. That want to be in a great marketing, and fuck off. Believe in what you do.
Yeah.
Do it, and be crazy about it. You know what I'm saying? Be nuts about it. Be the only person. If you're the only person that believes in it, then there's chances are this is something different and crazy,
yeah.
and someone else is gonna find like, yo, that guy's crazy.
Yeah.
I fuck with him. He's brave. Something about that. So fuck her.
Yeah. I think we have to like understand too, like not everyone's gonna like something, but
Yeah.
if you have everyone liking something and there's not at least one
person.
person, that's a problem.
Yeah.
You know, the saying is, you want people to love your music, or you
Yeah.
want them to absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
If you get people, if you got people saying, "Oh, this is good," and it's just okay, you'll never rise.
Yeah.
But if people absolutely hate your music, think about the people you absolutely hate musically. They're fucking huge.
Huge, yeah.
And think about people you
Right.
absolutely love their music. They're fucking huge. Hey, the in between, you're
Yeah.
just doing okay. You're just the safe person.
Yeah. Playing it safe, like right in the middle.
No.
Damn, that's insane. Well, we're gonna end on this note. What would be three pieces of advice that you would give like a college student or even a high school student that is either about to graduate or kind of in that process of like really trying to figure out what their values are?
Stop playing with your fucking life. When
Crazy.
when you graduate, see it like this. As you get older, shit changes. And what's gonna kill you day by day is seeing other people that you went to college with, high school with, elevating, buying houses, buying nice cars, buying nice clothes. And as they're elevating, you are not elevating as well. And what it's gonna do is it's going to make you depressed.
Yeah.
It's gonna kill your confidence. It's gonna make you feel lesser of. If you do not grow as a person within this confines of this world that has been created, that we all live in,
Yeah.
it is going to kill you. It is going to leave you behind. So what I say is, if you're in college right now, if you're trying to, and you're just in college, just having a good time, and you really are not thinking about, hey, but the future, you know what I mean, as far as my grades, and really, what is this degree going to do, and what's the next step to get this money? The world will get you. It's going to catch up on you so fucking fast that it's going to depress you, and it may kill you. So what I say is, take this shit serious. If you're in college right now, have your fun, but also know that, yo, when this is done, I need to make sure that I'm setting up a life for me. Your parents are not going to be here forever. Your brothers, all the people you're around are not going to be here, and then it's just going to be you on the island. And if you didn't build anything on that island, you are fucking dead. So that's what I'll say to people. If you're in college, very hard, but it's the truth, because I've been there. I've been low. You know what I mean? I graduated during 2008. Housing market crash. Nobody was giving us jobs. Debt. Be careful. Take this shit serious. Have fun. But please keep your eyes on the motherfucking prize and start to formulate that plan. That's all I got for you.
Period. I love that.
That was 17 things.
Yeah, that was like I said, a list of things.
Stop playing with your life.
Yeah.
It will catch you.
Damn, stop playing with your life.
For real.
For real. You know when like it hits, you be like,
Right.
Damn.
You talking to
I
me?
had me a little. I'm still in college.
was
I'm
like,
like, oh.
Good, right? And it's making it feel, she's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm like,
Maybe I should be like reading.
I'd be like, maybe I should read a book.
Yeah,
right now.
I need a
I'm
book.
gonna go do my homework after
Yeah,
this.
oh, God.
Don't fuck around,
Well,
man.
thank you once again for coming on this podcast. That was a great conversation. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, we are out of here. Thank you guys for watching or listening to Dorm Room 101 podcast. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And we will be here again very soon. And yeah, you guys have a good day. Bye.